Did you know that the true heir to Batman isn't Dick Grayson or Damian Wayne? It's actually a 20-something-year-old college dropout named John Paul Valley. See, John became a computer science major turned vigilante named Azrael, who was skilled and strong enough to keep up with Batman despite being an amateur. His father first held the mantle, and as Azrael would serve an ancient religious order known as the Order of St. Dumas, until meeting his end at the hands of a Gotham mobster, stumbling to his son's apartment and dying, telling him with his last breath that he would be Azrael now and would need to find the Order. John would travel across the world to find the Order and learn what his father was, learning to wield his weapons and possess his armor. At the same time, Batman would be investigating the same mobster that killed Azrael's father, and that would lead him to the other side of the world at the base of the Order of St. Dumas. But, confusing Batman's plane for reinforcements for the rest of the Order, the mobster shoots it down, causing him and Alfred to get stranded in the middle of the tundra. Amidst the smoke and debris, Batman would encounter Azrael, confusing each other for the attacker, leading to a fight between the two, with Azrael coming out on top. Batman and Alfred are then left to die in the snow, until they manage to find the remnants of the Order's bunker, but unbeknownst to them, it was rigged to explode upon entry. Fortunately for Alfred and Batman, the bunker would not explode due to the wiring of the bomb being thrown off during the avalanche due to the explosion from earlier. Meanwhile, Azrael would learn the identity of the man that killed his father, and not only the fact that was he part of organized crime, but rather was being possessed by the Lord Demon Bis, sacred enemy of the Order of St. Dumas. Batman would eventually be knocked out and kidnapped by the same mobster who had already gone to the Order to blow it up, leaving Alfred to find Azrael and request his help in locating Batman. Azrael would help and learn more about the programming in his head, known as the System, which would take control of his mind during combat encounters, allowing him to ignore pain and distractions, only focusing on the fight and protecting the Order. They would eventually rescue Batman, and Batman would put Azrael down as a potential contender to one day be Batman, due to his youth, training, and dedication to the cause. Noting to Alfred that Azrael possessed the unique ability to power through blows and pain, all while wearing his armor like a veteran wears his uniform. Flash forward to Nightfall, and Bane breaks Batman's back, putting him out of commission for a while. Meanwhile, Bane's causing chaos all over Gotham, so Batman seeks out Azrael to become the next Batman, while he recovers and stops Bane. So, Azrael becomes the newest Batman and eventually stops Bane, but he does this quite brutally. We're talking battering stabbed into Bane's arms, eyes, and beaten within an inch of his life. My favorite fun fact about this is that Azrael is actually quoted as saying he was compelled by the Holy Spirit to hit Bane's eyes with the batterings. Azrael managed to clean up Gotham, but in the process becomes excessively brutal and unhinged, and after refusing to step down, Batman managed to stop him after managing to psychologically break the System's brainwashing within Azrael's head, forcing him to acknowledge he was not a divine angel sent to Earth, but just a man, broken and brainwashed by a corrupt religious order. And this is why his character is written so well. It's the mental struggle of a brainwashed guy. He's not evil, nor is he intentionally malicious. The System acts as a stand-in for religious trauma and PTSD. It's what causes John Paul to go off the deep end and into zealotry, which, if you're a fan of diving deeper into this idea like I am, I highly recommend reading his 2023 miniseries, Sword of Azrael, as it heavily focuses on the nature of good versus evil and how religion can be as saving as it can be damning. A story at its root about Azrael falling from grace but redeeming himself through faith and uncovering an ancient religious conspiracy. So after Nightfall, Azrael will then go on to reform and become a vigilante again, but acting in service of Batman and not the Order of St. Dumas. Eventually, he would stop and give up the mantle due to the System never fully going away, always whispering in the back of his mind during fights. Flash forward, and Azrael would join a monastery to redefine his faith, to give up a life of violence and learn what it is to truly serve God. Until one day, a young girl would come looking for him at the monastery, looking for Azrael, claiming she was being hunted by a surviving remnant of the Order of St. Dumas. But that's a whole story in of its own. And Azrael is honestly such an underused classic Batman character. I wish he would get more storylines. He has seen more recent use in the past few years, like in DC vs. Vampires or Batman Curse of the White Knight, or the amazing 2023 miniseries he's had, but honestly, I just wish he would get his own ongoing title again.